Arbiter seems pretty concerned that it might be some of those, a reappearance of the Nameless Few. I don't know if you really spoken to the Arbiter yet, but that seems to be the current consensus based on who was taken just before.
Aren't they like evil gods or something?
Uh, you don't know anything about the Nameless Few?
I mean, I know that they're three bad gods. And well, actually, I kind of know a little bit about, not a little bit. I kind of we have a hunch about one of them not
Dude,
being
you
super
live a
bad.
sheltered life.
I didn't get out much,
Yeah, I'm getting the sense of that.
and I honestly
Well,
didn't pay much attention in history class if it wasn't Grothkin related.
yeah, fair enough. I was exactly the same. Um, but I think that kind of makes more sense for me, maybe, than it does for you.
Giants are cool as fuck.
They are cool as fuck. Um, look, I'm not the most knowledgeable guy about
Well, I think you are.
religion and all that,
Oh,
but I will say that from what I know, apparently there was some kind of ruckus a little while ago where the Nameless Few had certain actors who would work on their behalf and kind of try and get them to escape their pocket dimensions that they've been locked up in for.
oh, starts with a C, like a cultist or something like that.
I mean, I guess you could say occultist kind
like
of
uh
thing.
like uh is it like a group of people or is it just like one individual person?
Well, it kind of depends on the god that you're talking about. Most of the Nameless Few tend to operate with fiends, but some of them prefer the Fae. It kind of just depends. Some of them are large groups or circles of people. Some of them are, maybe a handful. It kind of, or like, yeah, I guess you could have one person if they think they're strong enough, but
Wow.
yeah, it kind of depends on the god. Um,
Okay. Okay. Krugar is just like deep in thought with all the Abelard and Nadria stuff that's been going on. He's just like, should I say anything? Probably not. Hey, can you keep a secret? Look,
depends on the secret. I'm usually not too good if it's like a surprise or a present or something, but
I mean, I don't have any
I
gifts
just
on me
get too
right now.
excited, so.
Look, I don't want. We don't really know yet, but we were out looking for the perpetrator who was kidnapping people yesterday, and someone in our party detected a fiendish presence somewhere within a mile radius of the town. We're not exactly sure what it is or where it is. Just know it's within a mile. So just be on the lookout.
Shit,
We
will do. I mean,
don't want to like I don't want to get make it public knowledge yet because in case it scares everyone. But you seem really strong and you've got like spikers, so maybe you could just like go. Pew.
I mean that is the hope with kind of developing these. But did you didn't happen to see the young boy that was taken uh yesterday then, or?
Wait, what?
Oh,
What? When? What young boy?
everybody just. There was the one of the farmhands that was up in the I think it was one of the terrace fields closer to the vineyards than anything else, but the arbiter was pretty, I guess, shook up about it. His name was Wallace.
Wallace. Oh, poor Wallace.
Rip Wallace, I guess.
R.I.P.
Rip
Wallace.
Wallace, bro.
Wait, that happened last night?
Yeah, I mean, best of my knowledge, it did anyway. I was kind of, well, a little bit busy. I didn't hear much. Um,
Uh,
and it didn't seem like it was too close to the town either. Usually they're kind of on the outskirts. This one, or I guess at least around the Crimalt, but this one was higher up in one of the, uh, in the Deladonian Bridge. You guys passed it, I'm assuming, to get here.
yes, we didn't we?
Uh,
Yeah, good, yeah. This is
it's just the hills that are on the outskirts of Down.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah.
Well, apparently one of the terrace fields up there that he was working on, he forgot something, had to go back up, didn't take anybody with him the whole way. They stopped at the edge of the bridge that connects the two.
Bridge. Okay. I'm really sorry. I was gonna help out, but I need to go right now. Thank you for showing me everything. Bye. I'll talk soon. And I run to find the group.
You hear the fan call, anytime,
Oh.
as you head out.
Imagine we've gone to the
Um,
arbiter's office by this time.
I
Yeah.
would say, yeah,
Yeah.
you're definitely in the arbiter's office. Although I think at that point we should probably take a little break
Cool.
and then resume as you guys are in the arbiter's office and reconvening, learning about everything that's been happening in your
So
absence.
would we have learned about the last kidnapping as...
Well, we'll have
We-
that
you
discussion with the
will-
arbiter
Sorry,
in
you're
a
right.
second.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
will have that discussion with the arbiter.
I got excited.
Be back in
No
like
worries.
15, I guess.
Yeah, we will be back in a bit. See you soon. Hello again, welcome back. Where last we left off, we had a discussion with Osan, the blacksmith of Hammer and Tongs, and Kruger, who was doing some apprentice work, found out some interesting leads, potentially, about the next couple of disappearances that might have happened in your absence when you were chasing the bad guys in this case. So now we are heading over to now we are heading over to the rest of the party as they meet up with the Arbiter, Damaris Flores. You guys, I will say, for the sake of things, you get waved through. There is, if possible, an even longer line than there was before. It's definitely right out the door, almost at the very kind of opening of the plaza. And you guys are kind of waved through, taken up to the same building, the same room up the stairs of this building. And you watch as Damaris is sitting hunched over the table, furiously writing, appears to have some kind of headache, keeps rubbing his forehead and kind of looking out, anxiously tapping his foot, and as soon as you guys come in, looks up and you can see a weight kind of falls off his shoulders, looks at you.
Hello.
Hello, do you have any news? There has
Yes.
been another disappearance.
Oh, we didn't know that. Cool. So, I don't know if it counts as good news, but we found some of the victims. When they
You
say
alive or?
no, we found their bones. I brought them. I've got the bag.
How do you know it is their bones?
They're relatively fresh bones. We found them on ground that was deconsecrated. June did this thing, and basically, we know the creature is a fiend. And we found the
Very
bones, and I believe they're being used for some ritualistic purpose, and I am concerned there may be more bones about.
So you think that these victims have been killed and used for some kind of ritual or something?
I'll like put the bag with the bones down. I think they're either in a lot of pain, or they are very dead.
Well, I hope for their sake that it was at least a quick death, but something tells me that perhaps not.
Yeah.
Well, if you did you see the victims being taken, or you just found?
We just found the bones. They were up near the entrance to the what
Grimald?
the Grimald.
I see. I had expected that when the debris, the rock wall fell and was first formed, I had kind of assumed that perhaps we might have lost some of our victims to the inner Grimald. I will say I have been talking with some of our more experienced mages and doing correspondence with Ranalorn and the Grimoisian Legion, and well, to the best of my knowledge, they think it's perhaps an arcane creation, the rock wall, meant to, I suppose, disguise what is happening in the interior.
Can the rumble arm side still get through, or not through to us, but can they get to the rock wall on the other side?
Yes, they can. We cannot see them or speak to them, but they have sent small skirmishes to the rock wall in the time that you have been gone. We received a letter saying that part of that group was taken in the interior of the Grimald. We are not sure of their whereabouts, but the Ranalorm officials are working on it at the moment. It seems as if most of who they sent in was part of the underground. Do you know anything? It is a kind of rebellious or revolutionary faction down in Ranalorm that is frowned upon by the superiors, but gains a lot of traction with the working people of the city.
Okay.
Um, and they suspect that there might be some kind of riot or something similar because everyone who was taken, or at least most who were taken, are part of the underground. Bless you, by the way.
Get blessed.
As far as I know, the ones that have survived are part of their, I suppose, the actual authorities, or the force they use for policing in Ranalorm. So that is also something to consider as to why our correspondence with Ranalorm has perhaps been so long in space of time since we hear from them. But yes, they can reach the other side of the rock wall, but are not sure how to begin bringing it down. So we are working on that as we speak. But another young boy was taken. His name was Wallace, and he, as far as we know, was taken at sunset again, but this time up near the north fields in the Deladonian range.
I guess we now know it's a fiend. We know when it takes them. I guess get people to stay inside make sure everyone's inside the town before sunset and just don't leave. Until we get this fiend, no one is safe unless they're in a group. Even in a group, so I'm unsure. We don't know how powerful this fiend is.
Yes, I suspect you are correct at least about we have been slack, and that is not a good thing to be when it is obvious that people are being taken. I should have made correct assumptions that something like this might happen, and I will definitely bolster our patrols.
I guess patrols as well, but also make sure everyone is inside the walls, at least. I think that's probably a good place to start. Just until at least we find this thing. I imagine that we probably try again tonight to see if we can catch this creature. We attempted to try bait with some Kruger and see if the creature would come out.
You sent one of your own?
Oh, we were nearby. We were nearby him at the time.
I see. So you are not actually. He was.
Yes, went into a blacksmith and was helping them, I think. But
How long until I get there?
I would say it's not that far to run, but the conversation was long. You spent some time helping out, so I'd say I don't know. I mean, how long? I assumed you spent like an hour or two helping out. So
You might just miss this conversation.
Yeah, I'm not here. I'm not here.
Kruger is bait, and
Yeah,
now
what's
Kruger's not
suspicious?
there.
yeah.
That you used a child.
No, we used Kruger as bait, and now Kruger is not. With
Dun dun dun. Lamau, have you read my
Kruger's
character?
fine. He's okay.
Oh, that is good. I was wondering if perhaps you have maybe lost one of your own to these.
No. We almost lost him in a different way, but it wasn't to the fiend. No.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, so you did almost.
Recalling the traumatizing memory of Kruger just falling from my eyes.
Yeah, I just like he tried to climb the rock wall, and then fell, and then dislocated his shoulder, and then
It was a whole thing. It was terrifying.
I thought he was gonna die for sure.
We all did.
And you just let him do this?
Well, he was
Well, I
100
mean-
foot up in the.
Look, I tried to follow him, but then I fell down, and
I don't understand them. It's like
I cannot say I understand.
Yeah.
either.
I'm very confused sometimes.
Yes, it must be
He's okay now.
stress-inducing. Headaches, you probably have a lot.
Yes. Any places that sound
That's
sure
actually my name is Headache. That's my middle name.
What an unusual name.
Dilbert Headache the
Dweeb.
dweeb.
kind of origin? Where
it
did
like
this
headache?
name?
Well, it's kind of a given name because I kept causing headaches to people, so I just was like, oh, well,
Alright,
maybe
so
that's
it
what
is
I am.
an epithet for you.
Yeah,
Very
sure,
good.
sure. I don't know what
Gilbert
that
the
word
Headache.
means, but sure, let's go with
Gilbert
that.
the Dweeb, the headache.
Yes.
Sounds
Apparently I have many names. Yeah.
I respect that. I am not sure that I would be pleased to have the headache after
Oh, I'm
your
proud.
name,
I'm
but
proud to be called
it is something.
the headache.
I am so proud of you. I put my arm on his shoulder. So proud.
No, it's not even my shoulder, my head.
Well, not that I don't love learning about new acquaintances and hopefully friends, but I will say that we do have pressing matters to discuss. So, you
We'll
know,
get him. We'll get him next time.
Where should we start? Should we go back to look at the field? We should go talk to that racist. We should do that still. Although he's.
you mean Griffith, the racist?
Yes.
Well, that is bad.
Racist.
Well, I think that would be up to you. You can investigate the rope bridge that was connecting the place where Wallace was last seen. However, I would say that we have swept it and we did not find anything. As for it being fiendish in nature, well, I don't know as much as I would hope, perhaps, about fiends and the kind of devilish rituals that perhaps these bones were arranged in. But what I can tell you is that, the best of my knowledge, apparently the Crimalt has had some issues in the past with monsters or beasts who kind of lurk in the Crimalt, but we thought they were eradicated at least. Like I said, this is a new position for me, so my knowledge is perhaps not as useful. It mostly is hearsay.
Yes, I'm concerned. So, from what at least I'm aware of, like a little bit in terms of fiends, they could be employed to possibly be opening pocket dimensions, and they could be opening tears in the material plane. Both of those things are bad.
Well, I will say that I have myself been on a similar line of investigation. It appears to me that a lot of the similar characteristics would imply that perhaps this kind of pattern has been followed in the past with unleashing the nameless few. It seems to be something that certain members continue to.
I will immediately open
That's
a
not very cash money of you.
I'm gonna open a telepathic link with Nigeria immediately, and I'm just gonna like straight up like just like through telepathy. I'll just be like, this has nothing to do with Chief-Oth, does it? Well, your Chief-Oth is one of the nameless few. So if you can do a quick ring-a-ding and just make sure they're not abducting young men.
Does Avalon know what our phone is?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
Man, the dream plane be hella advanced, dog.
Who's got sending
They've got
stones?
spaceships.
Sending stones
Yeah.
would save. Ring a ting.
Ring-a-ding. Yeah, they all make the ringing sound.
Yeah.
While these two are doing their silent telepathic talk, I'm making awkward small talk with the avatar.
Sure, what are you saying?
I'm just like, so how's your day been?
Well, considering that one of the people in my town is missing, apparently another one has been used as bait and had his
well,
arm almost ripped off.
Like, wouldn't you
Wouldn't
you like
so well?
be used to that by now?
Having somebody's arm ripped off? I mean, it is not.
No. The people going missing. I mean, it's like happened quite a few times.
At the
Like,
end, as it comes to an end, I'm just gonna put my hand around Dilbert's
I'm
nose.
not,
Just shut it.
I'm not actively trying to upset anyone. I'm purely just being a dumbass.
Listen, it is not something that I want to get used to, and
I
each
mean, yeah.
tragedy of disappearance is as important to me as the last. I very much care about the citizens of this town, and I hope that it won't happen again.
And maybe I should take a page out of your book. That's actually really, really cool.
Well, I would appreciate that. I mean, I think we need some more people in this realm that care about others, and it seems like a good place to start.
Well, I mean, I got used to killing animals, and I just killed one to eat it. But I mean, you know.
You got used to killing animals?
Well, I was never used to it before, but then kind of one thing led to another, and I
And you
did.
started to just kill them.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't do it often, but like
So it's not like a-
desensitized, kind of straight away.
Great. So you are likening the disappearance
Right in front
of
of me.
people to
No,
killing
I mean, I'm
animals,
just like
or
saying, you know,
caring about things starts with animals.
sure,
We are all animals after all. So.
exactly, yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't kill a person, not yet, at least.
But you would kill an animal.
Well, yeah.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, if someone came up to me with a knife and I was like, "Oh shit," and then I killed them, then I would be like, "Oh well,"
Why are these conversations going
You
on?
guys are still
Am I-
talking.
Can I
Yeah.
ring a ding apparently?
Oh.
Yeah. Can I, do I know anything that's going on here? Would I know anything that's happening?
Roll a religion check for me, please.
Okay.
I love I really am a toxic vegan.
Is that what you envisioned when you decided to play
But
May?
No.
That conversation
just
went
gonna
exactly the
start-
way I wanted it to. I was like I want this conversation to go in a semi-aggressive way where
I
it's
was
like
"Mm,
everything is
Your
miscommunicated.
Your CRISPR isn't even that bad. You should be pretty good at it. It's completely average.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm just terrible at small talk. That's
With an 11, I will say that you have heard from Chivoth before that the Nameless Few, or some members of the Nameless Few, have attempted to break their metaphorical chains again,
chains.
and attempt to escape the pocket dimensions that they found themselves in. What do you say to contact Chivoth?
Oh man, I don't say anything. This guy's listening all the time. He's so annoying.
Does she both know I just like telepathy?
Yeah, would Chivo be a part of
I would
not being able to speak but being able to listen? in the
I would
telepathy?
assume so.
Yeah, probably is in my head.
You hear just silence for a second as you wait for the inevitable, and you hear that same voice kind of bouncing around in your head. Well, I do believe that was for me. You gonna tell your friend all about me now?
Okay, this is. I never confirmed this, but am I able to speak to Chivo telepathically, or am I just-
Yes, I
yeah,
think so.
I'm just being angry and I speak all the time. Okay, this is telepathically because a conversation is going on right now. I'm not gonna. Yeah. No. But is this about you?
I'm not in the conversation.
Yeah.
Can I hear the conversation? I have a telepathic link. Am I just there?
This is messed up.
I'm just oh fuck, that's a bad boy.
That's a bad boy.
I'm gonna say. Let me look at.
Because my link is
specific.
specifically with Nadria.
I know. I'm gonna say, but Chivoth and Nadria kind of.
Can I get
they-
Rod on this call as well? Like, a
Their
drink?
shared mental space with Chivoth might mean that you do hear. This is confusing, but I'm gonna assume. Okay, here's how I'm gonna rule it because I feel like it's gonna get too complicated otherwise. I'm going to say that because your telepathic link was specifically with Nadria, you don't hear Chivoth, but
Yeah.
you will probably hear Nadria.
Speaking.
Yeah, you will hear them having a one-sided conversation with Chivoth.
Yeah.
And you said, "Is this about you?" No,
Yeah.
but is this about you?
Oh, yeah. No, I am not gonna tell him all about you. But is this about you?
Well, why not? I mean, what did I do to be hidden away like this? All I've ever done for you is to be your friend. As far as I'm concerned, I asked you to do a small thing for me, and you can't even do a small thing back, or
Dude, I literally brought up your name like once.
I'll just interject. No, you should tell me all about it.
Shut the fuck up.
see now that is a smart individual. Perhaps I should share my gifts with him instead.
That'll be like a fun call. Like, just my mind. I'm like, no, I'm taken. Thanks.
Small talk is still going. The small talk is
Yeah, this
happening.
is all telepathic.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby, I'm taken. Look, she.
I mean, you can go speak to the. You can do whatever with the moon dream guy over there. If you
Dream.
really want. Like, that's.
What?
Sorry. Sorry, I tweeted drama.
That's
Dream.
completely fine.
I think I've missed out on something.
Oh yeah, the dream face reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's super
Irrelevant.
irrelevant. Sorry.
Okay.
I had a dream and I was like,
I feel like I
because
always
my
feel
brain
like
is
that
fried.
that old person at the table. Okay.
I didn't even like Dream. I didn't even
Yeah, I've
watch
never
it.
watched a single one of his videos, but
No,
I
no,
Go
I
on.
was supposed
Moving
to.
on.
Go on, sorry.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can try all you want with this the moon dream guy. Like it's great, but
Well, hey now, you're trying to get rid of me that
I'm not
quickly?
trying to get rid of you. You're the one that offered. You're the one that like threatened me for it. You were like, oh, what if
I
go
don't
speak-
believe there were any threats
Oh,
passed
you
in
were
my
just like,
time.
what if I go speak to this guy instead? Because he's smart, apparently.
Well, he seems to appreciate me more than you do, and that means a lot to me, because as far as I'm concerned, I've never met any of your friends, and kind of feels like I'm being hidden away. And for what?
She just wants a friend.
First off, I did agree to you being my friend that one time, like a week ago. So
Yes, and that's I still think about that moment, and I you know, it means a lot to me as being somebody who's stuck in
Just
a.
lonely.
Okay, I'll just immediately be like, I'm very confused right now.
I am lonely. Need
I
friends.
still think about it. What the fuck?
yeah, like,
He's a creepy dude.
Yeah, what the fuck?
honestly, I feel like that's a pretty big step forward. So that's good enough at this point in time. Like in the future, who knows? You know.
What's with the weird tension going on between? What the fuck?
Yeah, in the future, maybe I'll be more outward, but right now you don't really have a good reputation. So it's like,
And whose fault is that? Honestly, that is not. I never, ever did anything to warrant any of the kind of abuse that gets thrown back at me. I personally have no idea why those freaks would decide that they should do, well, crime, nefarious things in my name. It's not exactly my style, but
people did stuff in your name.
yeah, you
Oh, I mean, yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's
It is quite a predicament, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's something else. I can, once again, I can agree with you on that one. It's
I think the world must be ending if you're agreeing with me more than once.
suddenly you're making really good points. Just what can I say?
Suddenly, I've been making good points all along. Perhaps you're just finally ready to listen to them.
Oh well, if that's the reason why, then that's fine. Anyway,
Just like he echoed, don't listen to the trickster god.
Literally in the name.
back to what I was saying before. you
Oh
know.
yes, you rang. You only seem to do that when you need something.
I literally don't ring you. You're the one that like just talks, right?
And why is that? You know, it's like that old grandma that you never listen to or never speak to.
Ooh. Sometimes you can say really, really like mean stuff, especially when I like don't hit things, trying to kill them. And it's just like,
Oh, I thought that was all in the name of fun. You want me to stop that?
oh, you found it funny. Pisses
Well,
me off.
And that's funny.
Your god be like, lol, get wrecked, son.
my gods are like, you're doing us all really proud. Get wrecked, dabs.
Shemoth
The
is
trickster god just starts dabbing.
She must be dabbing on your ass.
Wait, can you please give us a Beppis in the God voice?
Beppis.
What have you done to us?
Do you hate it yet?
Anyway, how do you expect me to be your friend and talk about you more when you be mean to me to be funny? You know.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that if your friends heard all about it and the kind of jokes that I have been spitting, I think they'd probably appreciate it too.
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty. Yeah.
So you're willing to admit that they're your friends, but you're not willing to admit that I'm your
I
friend?
literally admitted you were my friend like a week ago.
Well, it would be nice to hear it sometime.
We just randomly shout through. Now Julia says we are friends. Just all the way to the room.
Anything that I say.
It interrupts the conversation that is currently going on.
What in the world was that?
What you call my friends?
Right, well, what exactly is it that you were hoping to get me to admit to this
I
time?
don't want you to admit to anything. I just want.
Oh, so you want me to deny everything?
Sure. Whatever.
You crying now?
It's really hard to talk to you, and you wonder why.
This is
Toxic
like a really
relationship.
yeah. This is real.
Almost like a fiendish god or something.
I mean, that was me. That was harsh.
Anyway.
You know, I kind of feel a little bit manipulated now.
God of gaslighting.
Yeah, this is toxic in all
God of
sorts
trickery.
different ways.
Gaslighting.
Toxic.
But gaslighting is kind of trickery, right?
Yeah.
Touche.
Sure, you can feel manipulated as well. I'm sure.
As well, you're saying you feel manipulated?
I mean, come on, like.
That's the equivalent of, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Anyway. Yeah, sure, I'm manipulating you. Anyway, can I manipulate you into telling me if the thing going on in, what was the name? It starts with C?
The Crimalt?
Yeah.
The
one.
Crimalt.
Does that have anything to do with, you specifically? I don't really care about the other, just you.
Well, what kind of things were happening there?
Burns.
BDSM.
Rituals.
Well, bones and rituals is not an awful lot to go off. I can say that I
Yeah.
haven't.
Okay, well, actually, a fiend was, going around killing young boys, so. Do you do that?
Not really my style, but I mean, there's a lot of fucked up people out there, so.
So true.
Perhaps
be worship
it's
Shiva now.
one of them.
Just as long as it's not, I don't know.
Oh, you mean am I trying to?
Yeah, you trying to do something new?
Not anything more than asking you to break some chains that would, release my pocket dimension. But
okay, that's.
you suspect some other of the nameless few are doing something similar?
Apparently. This one guy, the Arbiter, mentioned it, once. And then, my, what you call, friend did this whole telepathic thing that you...
Right, so your friend's really the one that wants to know
Yeah,
whether
pretty
or not.
much. But,
Alright.
I want to know now, because, I'm asking. I could have just denied.
That is
asking.
true. I mean, I personally have only ever contacted you as a direct line to get what I want, and I'm sure you understand that other actors in a play can be kind of tricky to deal with, so I prefer to go directly to the source, and I think that perhaps it's better to have one rather than many
Oh,
working on one cause.
okay. So you're not,
Well, are you asking me if I'm double timing
Cheating
or
on
something?
Yeah,
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, have somebody been saying that I am, or?
No, just wanted to double check.
Right, well, no, it's nothing to do with me, but I can, I can do some digging if you like and see what I can
Yeah,
find.
that'd be great, actually.
All right.
I'd
Well,
appreciate it as a friend.
yeah. Anytime. I mean, we are in this together, are we not?
Yeah.
And I will apologize for if it came across as if I was being rude or intentionally trying to throw you off from what you were doing.
Yeah,
I never meant to. It just gets so lonely sometimes, you know.
You did it a lot.
Well, I will. I won't speak as much then.
Oh. It's kind of funny.
So I'm kind of getting mixed signals here.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is so unnecessarily intense.
I'm like, I'm just hearing half a conversation. I'm just like, hey, what? Did you get an enter yet?
Like a
Very
weird
confused.
domestic, like fucking.
I'm like that neighbor next door. Like, do I report this?
Do I report this?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to check stuff out. That'd be great.
Sure. Well, I'll get back to you whenever I find what it is that I'm apparently looking for.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, this is we've never really had a conversation like this, so I
Yeah.
guess do I say bye now or
You're not really going anywhere, are you?
no? I mean, through the mixed signals, I've kind of decided that you want me to stick around, but I mean, I can always go elsewhere, I guess.
Depends on the day. Depends on how I'm feeling.
You just silence. I'm not really sure how to take that. I guess maybe think on it and get back to me.
Yeah, alright.
You're very non-committal.
Oh. Yeah. I just. Look, I'm thinking about it still, you know, it's like, yeah.
I feel like think
A
more
lot.
about it. Think
think
carefully
about-
about the decision. Dark gods.
No,
Well, all right then. I guess I'll leave you to your thinking and go and do some recon of my own.
have fun doing that, I guess.
I don't imagine it'll be fun traveling to different pocket dimensions, but who knows?
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, okay.
You just hear Chivos kind of laugh in the back, and then
Instantly, I turn to Apple like, no.
Just in person. They're like,
Yeah,
no.
just in person, I just say no.
I'll be like, "Oh, okay.
Is this like some weird world where like people's connection to their god is like an actual relationship?
I mean, I can just go like before I go to bed. I'll be like, I wish to talk to you again, my lord.
This is going from enemies to lovers.
I don't.
meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, so I might murder someone.
Meanwhile, you two are gonna like romance your gods or something
Well,
like that.
well, like, it's weird as well because I'm like we're fully aware of the conversation happening in front of me, so like I'm like half trying to stop Dilbert from like committing to a crime, and then I'm like going like, but isn't the evil guy doing this? Like cool, I'll cut off the psychic connection then. I'll be like, yep.
So
I'll be like, we will continue our investigation into this matter. I wish to, I might have to consult with Luron further about any possible planar bindings in the area.
you are a
Yes.
man of religion also.
I am a cleric, yes.
I assume that will come in handy. It seems as if this is some kind of ritualistic. I don't know. Like I said, I have an assumption that it is something to do with the nameless few. But it is hard to say. So, as always, if you need anything, if there's anything I can help you with, please do let me know. I will probably be up at all hours, so feel free to drop in whenever is convenient for you.
What, do you not sleep?
It is a bit hard to find sleep these days.
Oh, damn, that's rough, buddy.
Aw.
Yes, well, thank you. I mean, it is the burden that we accept when we are in power.
I like turn around slowly, just like. That's it.
I also like go like. Also, I'm pretty sure some farmers think I'm the demon just make sure they don't go around so I don't get chased by a mob of some
Yeah,
kind.
the demon ran through their field
Oh,
Oh,
and
you,
ruined
you
some of
s-
their
you
crops.
saw the demon?
No,
yeah,
no.
we did.
We-
There was a light running through the field, and then we went to follow it, and it like had like ran a trail through the.
And you
through
are
the
sure
crops.
it is not a farmer or something
We-
with like
I-
a.
I'll,
No,
I'll just be
Well,
like,
we were at the Crimon and we were camping out, and then like someone was keeping watch, and they saw someone running through the field. So like,
I'll just be like, we ran through a field. If there is a final pit now.
yeah, but they like there was maybe a little bit of a
um,
miscommunication and a bag of bones that kind of might have, you know.
Anyway, yes, I just make sure I don't get chased by mobs every people.
Of course, I will do my best to
Thank
smooth
you,
things
thank
over.
you, I appreciate it.
Thank you. if
Uh,
there is a fine, I can just pay it now.
No, that is okay. I will compensate for it. I assume you were doing a favor for me in investigating the criminal, so I will, I will
just like
do
the
what I
awkward
can.
thumbs up. Thank
you.
you.
kind of send you back finger guns.
Discovered, or it was Malin that saw that the light may have possibly originated from around the cave.
Uh-huh.
Came from the same
Did you say
direction.
that? Did you share that information with the group?
I sure did.
Do you want to share that information with the Arbiter?
The light seemed to be coming from the cave. Sorry.
The light
I really
came
feel-
from
That
the cave.
was strange.
There was also bats. I mean,
That too.
Well,
Bats came out of the cave. It was kind
bats
of a weird
do
time.
tend to be in.
yeah, but
caves,
it was
so-
cool.
You
We-
said-
Yeah, but it came out. They came out at like a weird time. I don't know if something
At what
was in
time
the
did they
cave.
come out?
It was early in the morning, so it wasn't like dusk, and it wasn't. What's the other one? Dawn.
I feel like
Can't
early in the
remember.
morning is dawn, isn't it?
I think it was earlier than dawn.
Oh,
Earlier
okay,
than dawn.
okay.
Okay.
Could have been a disturbance or something.
Yeah.
Is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
Well, there are lots of pockets in the Kremalt. It is kind of an expansive labyrinth of different caverns that were once used for mining and for a collection of slaint. Unfortunately, all of these slaint deposits are no longer there, but it is still used to mine for ore and obviously to connect as a thoroughfare to Ranalorm. So perhaps it would be strange to see a light of a miner or something similar from the Kremalt. So it definitely sounds as if it is unusual in nature, perhaps arcane or something
It
similar.
also disappeared.
Yeah.
That
Um,
too.
disappeared.
I
Yes.
also I did look closer at the light. It was an orangey color, which would be a color of a flame or something, but it wasn't flickering, which leads to more of a kind of thing of it probably is a magical light of some sort.
It was just like a circle bobbing up and down a little bit, moving.
Right.
It was going pretty fast as well, wasn't it?
It got faster.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
So it was something running towards where? The town?
The town.
Right. Well, I have not heard any stories of a demon or something walking through the town. So
Well, it
perhaps
might be
they
invisible, so I like.
Well,
who knows?
I was going to say perhaps they have disguised themselves.
Yeah, perhaps.
Could be something to investigate for me if you like. I can see if there are any I suppose cloaking of
That'd be
disguising
great.
of individuals.
Really good.
I can definitely do that.
yeah.
We
And
will-
yes, I am sorry. The light could be anything, as I did not see it myself. I am not too sure.
Yeah. We just thought it looked weird and worth
Well, I
noting.
will. I'll keep an eye out. Generally, I don't tend to post any guards or patrols specifically on the Kremalt, which perhaps is a mistake on my part. But I assume the rock face would protect us from anything that might be inside. I have not been able to find any gaps between the rock wall and the cavern below, so perhaps
Given we saw bats escape from the cave, surely there must be at least some sort of entrance. or
yes, it certainly appears so, but
Kruger, actually, did he create a hole in the cave?
Very nice. But I can definitely. Well, we were scheduled to begin excavation today and try to work with the other side to try and
Excavation's already
get through it. But unfortunately, for some reasons, we cannot start until the day after. So I can try and see if I will go to the Kremlt myself and have a look if you like, or if you would prefer to investigate by yourselves, then
I think we should start our investigations with the guy who said he knew stuff already, so who's the one that didn't like the gnomes, and then go up to the Kremlt maybe and see what we can see. It could be as well good to have another look around at sunset again. Um, it just the location the Wallace was kidnapped from. He was kidnapped from a different location than normal, right?
yes, that is correct. I have not seen or heard of any disappearances being this far through to, I suppose, the road of the Vendosian Valley. Generally, they are closer to the town, so.
I guess just make sure everyone is inside, and if they leave something out at the fields, it is better to leave the stuff in the fields.
So I will make sure to do that. I will patrol myself as well to see what I can. Hopefully, I can prevent
Cool.
these similar things.
Right. Thank you for your time. We will get back to work.
Very well. Well, as always, if you need anything, feel free to drop in whenever you can, and I will investigate these odd disturbances that you have reported. Right. I will say that with the telepathic conversation as well, eventually, as they all step out of the the building, you do make your way up to them.
Hey guys, I learned.
Hi.
I learned some very important information. Another kid was taken last night by the bridge
I
at
guess,
sunset.
We know.
Yeah.
We heard.
Oh, well,
Thank you for your efforts, my friend. I put my hand on Kruger's shoulder, kind of leaning down a bit.
Did you have a good time blacksmithing at least?
it was so much fun. I would have stayed there longer, but then I learned all this important stuff, and I thought I gotta tell the group. I gotta know, but you already know.
That's
Anyway,
very considerate of you.
Thanks, man.
Wow.
Hey, he was working.
Wow.
He was working on this thing called a spiker. It's like a little. It's like cannons. Like you shoot like at castle walls and at like military and infantry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
It
a
was that,
portable
but-
dragon.
Sure.
Sure. It was like that,
Yo.
but in your hand, and it shot nails.
Yo, I can already do that though.
But
You can shoot
Nails?
nails from your hand?
Well, I can shoot stuff from my hands, not nails.
but it's a.
Well, then it's.
But I
not
mean, I
easy.
can shoot.
But it was like a little. It was like a little contraption that just went.
I can shoot cooler stuff from.
It
my
was like a
hands.
crossball, but way faster and had way more force.
Why
It
are you
looked
trying
like,
to be cooler than
A gun.
a gun?
Kruger's trying to tell a story
Oh,
right
it's
now.
not a gun. Sorry.
And you just
mean.
let Kruger have Kruger's moment.
I'll be like,
He's
this is.
being
I'm just doing this.
excited.
I'll be like, yeah, all right then, let us go investigate further.
and,
Oh.
2 weeks ago, the blacksmith's apprentice was kidnapped.
Did you tell them that the apprentice may never return?
Yeah, was the apprentice
Yes.
particularly fond of his femur?
Well, I didn't get that far. I just asked, like, how long ago, how old were they? Obviously, the age of, in the 21, they were 21, and they were gnomish.
I guess that helps debunk the racial theory. So I think that one was already debunked. But I guess that's at least takes some pressure off the community.
Did
but
Osan tell me where the other young apprentice was taken?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, I didn't ask that. Shit, should have asked that. God damn it.
I'll be like, but they may still. I mean, not to be like, they could theoretically still be alive. I'd say might be a lot of pain. They also may just be being kept alive by the fiend.
I'm just thinking now. What if, like, obviously, they're all getting taken away at sunset, and they're all within a certain age group. Maybe the location is significant. I should have asked because like someone got taken away at the bridge. Some have been taken like outside of town. Maybe there's like a pattern or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, also it may have something to do with like the nameless fear.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
Yeah.
You knew that as well.
We just talked.
Also, we know where it lives, right? At this point.
I mean, we've got a pretty good idea where it is. I wish to check
in
with
the Cremon?
Luron. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's a fiend, can it like teleport? And
Also,
shit?
it might be in an extra planar space, and
Oh.
Are we gonna go kill a fiend?
yes. But I wish to talk with tonight when I wish to talk to Luron again and just double check there's no planar bindings here per se.
You know what we should do? We should probably tell everybody not to like be outside around
Yes,
sunset.
we did that.
No,
Oh come on!
Anyway, we're going to go talk to the racist now.
At the jewelry store, right?
Yeah.
And we get to debunk his racial theory with the missing gnome as well. How excellent.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, isn't the jeweler a gnome or not? Were we told that they were a gnome or not? am I making that up?
I don't know if you were told. I think.
I somehow have it out of my mind that they are a gnome, but I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, I just have an abducted apprentice from Jeweler's Griffith.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we don't.
I'm not sure. I don't
'Cause I
remember.
didn't write that down in my
Like
notes.
it's hard for me to tell what I've told
Yeah.
you guys.
No, then act like you didn't tell us. That's fair. Alright.
Cool.
Okay, well, cool. Let's go get a racist.
Let's
Racist.
get ourselves a rest.
Jesus.
Racists are bad. All right.
Bye, Arbiter. I hope you
What
get
is a
some
racist?
sleep
Someone who
sometime
makes
soon.
I
fun
shouldn't have
for being-
described it that way. I
for
should
being
have.
a
Maylin,
different race.
you know 500 meters, and then you've got the 800 meters,
Oh
then
my
you've got
God,
like I think a
stop.
mile.
I will
They hate
immediately
racists.
I will immediately look at you and I'll be like,
Don't look. No.
no.
You know how you're an elf, right?
Yeah.
Well, some people might make fun of you for being an elf.
Like you guys prefer sprinting to the long
Racists.
distance.
Look at you and be
Racists
like,
make fun of, and it's different with every race because there's so many races in the world. But racists are bad.
All right,
You shouldn't
moving
be
on,
racist.
everyone.
Explaining
As
racism.
you guys, as you
It's
guys
important.
head out of the building, you make your way down the streets, and it's a very lively atmosphere. The closest you've seen is most likely the festival that was occurring in Ormerum the first time you guys kind of all came together. But this seems to be a constant, and you pass people that are kind of carrying large bags with them, kind of making small talk. You can see that there are several market stalls that are set up in weird places kind of to block the way, so people have to go around them and kind of speak to them to get their wares. The smell of spices and sizzling. What?
Now I'm thinking of a pun on my own head. Would you like me to say it?
Well,
You
you
mean
may
the
as well
Russian
is
now.
not where, but when, my dear Sherlock. That was it. That was the entirety of the pun.
I die.
No more campaign.
No,
Campaign
yeah.
over.
June dies.
Damn.
Anyway.
Brutal.
Anyway.
Death by pun.
Psychic damage. Too much. So as you pass through, you can see all these people that are set up, these spices, the smell of the cooking meat that had kind of wafted towards you as you first entered seems to appear tenfold, though as you pass the bakery, wildflowers and honey bunches that you guys had first entered into, you can smell freshly baked bread and something that smells sweet and a little bit powdery. That's kind of wafting out of the open door as kids kind of press up against the glass again and kind of tug on their parents' hands and point at what they want in the window. And eventually, after passing 2 blocks from wildflowers and honey bunches, you see that there is a small door that's kind of fixed into the side of an alleyway. And the space above where the sign should be is kind of crooked. It's hanging off slightly and looks to be badly nailed up. And it says Greffos's Trinkets. The door itself is kind of chipped. The paint is chipped. It's predominantly black, though you can see some of the wood beneath it. Looks like cedar has been kind of marked with several symbols. There's no windows facing out to the street, but you do see that there are two people that are just exiting the building as you guys are heading up towards it. There's a set of stairs leading up.
Oh yeah, definitely looks like a racist shop.
Well, let's maybe not, we don't say it to their face. That may not go down great, but we can head up and we can inquire about the disappearance specifically, and
I mean, we could always just threaten him.
let's try avoid that.
Okay.
I feel like that is slightly unacceptable behavior.
Only
Slightly
slightly.
unacceptable behavior.
Can I make an insight check on Dilbert?
Anyone inside above 5, a passive inside above 5 knows that when I say slightly, I meant massively.
14.
Can I answer this?
Sure.
You know that Dilbert does indeed want to threaten this racist. That's it.
That tracks.
That's all you pick up.
We only threaten if they're gonna hurt us.
Well, if they're racist towards me, I won't hesitate.
Oh, that's fair enough.
I hope they're not racist towards me.
Let's not bring it up unless
Wait,
it gets
who in this party are they not gonna be racist to?
You guys know nothing about this individual. You know literally nothing about them. So
We knew that he's minorly discriminatory against gnomes.
yeah, that's
The
as much as you
preconceived
know.
notions of racism are very, very strong against this person.
I mean, his introduction was, oh, he might say some stuff about gnomes. I'm racist.
well, I bear a similar height.
I mean, like,
Oh yes, the height is a problem.
Well, I don't know. We don't
Okay.
know. Like you said, we know nothing about him. You good?
Okay. Do you guys enter the shop?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Who is
No.
going first?
I'm gonna stay out. I'm gonna stay outside.
Not me.
Front of the guard.
Sure. So you're both staying outside?
No, I'm not first.
Right,
I'm
so
not
you're
going.
I'm
staying
gonna-
outside.
I'm staying
Cool.
outside. I'm giving a watch.
All right. so-
A9 feels like the least involved in the whole will I be affected. Everyone else seems a bit emotionally attached right now.
I think that's a good idea.
There's some spade at the door. Hey, Ned, would you like to go first?
That might be best.
Okay. As you push
got this,
open
buddy.
the door, it kind of opens with a loud creak, and it kind of you step onto thin mahogany planks that appear to be well worn, and you immediately are in a space that is rectangular. It's quite cramped in here, but you can see that there are several different display cases that are lining the walls. There's one that's kind of on a pedestal in front. The actual trinkets and things in here are mostly bracelets and rings. You can see that there are some necklaces. It seems like they're relatively good quality just from your cursory glance. You can see that there are several gemstones. All of the metal is polished to perfection and kind of glints as you walk past. There's a large chandelier that's ornate in the way it kind of curls up at the sides, almost like two vines that are kind of crawling up towards each other. And you can see that as you, in your peripheral, as you turn, you can see that there is actually a window that is on one side that kind of sprays light out onto the sorry, that was my stomach, guys. That kind of sprays light out onto the pedestals and the gems that kind of twinkle slightly. They all appear very clear, so you know that they're most likely of a good quality themselves, the gemstones. But it is odd that you didn't see the window from the outside but now see it from the inside. There's a long counter that spans from one side to the other. There's like a little quarter door that is appears to be still swinging, and a door in the back where you can hear, "All right, just a second," kind of bellow out. Do you head up to the counter, or are you just gonna?
What's outside the window?
Just looks like the alleyway.
The alleyway. Weird.
Mm.
Okay.
Are you the only one entering, or everybody else?
I'll follow
I'm
behind.
following.
We'll
Yeah.
all fly behind, except for Trigger.
Sure. there's no bell or anything that chimes, but you can hear as you all kind of pass across this space the creak of each of the wooden floorboards. You can hear some muttering, cursing from the back as he kind of rounds the corner. And you can see there before you a seedy, kind of gruff-looking goblin man with a scrappy and wispy greying beard. It's patchy in places, and there are kind of large, thin scars running along, I'd say about 75% of his face, in almost crisscrossing lattice of kind of pattern. There's a monocle that is affixed by well-worn leather straps that kind of reach around the head, and almost fraying in some sections as he flips it up and looks at you. Alright, what can I do for you? Kind of squints.
Mr. Griffiths, I take it?
Yeah, it's me.
We're just here investigating the recent disappearances.
Nothing.
Alright, what exactly can I help you with? I don't know anybody who's been taken by any of these disappearances, so...
Interesting. The Arbiter would say otherwise.
The Arbiter would say that I knew them personally.
Didn't you have an apprentice who was taken?
Not to my knowledge, I haven't had an apprentice for 15 years. They think I'm a bit cantankerous, you know.
Can I...
If you're looking for a theory, though, I can give you one of those.
Alright then.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
This is so weird. What the fuck?
Oh, what is with
Definitely
my
a
rolls
racist
today?
though. I had to so
He's
like
just got those vibes.
withhold the urge to be like gnomes. Am I right?
He's quite hard to read. You guys already kind of came in with a perception of him, so it's kind of hard to see past that. He doesn't seem to have said anything shady, and everything that seems to be on display seems to be in good condition. Seems like he definitely cares about his shop and the things that he's selling. But yeah,
Can I ask, what does cantankerous mean?
cantankerous is like cranky.
Oh, okay. Cantankerous.
Mhm.
Never heard that word before.
Good
You're
word.
welcome. I
Yeah,
am
it
a
is a good
walking
word.
thesaurus, everyone.
Yeah, it is a good word.
The Thoris.
It's a fun word to say.
My favorite dinosaur.
Oh my god, it's the
Um,
mighty Thesaurus.
Once he goes on about his theory, can I cast Detect Evil and Good?
Sure.
Do they know if that's cast on them?
No, it's cast
No,
on. It's a self-cast.
Oh, okay.
You don't get anything
Cool.
fiendish off him. He seems just like a cranky old guy.
Alright.
Well, my theory is that they're obviously taking particular demographic of people for a specific purpose. And that purpose is to undermine all of our business here in town.
Oh, he's crazy.
Which demographic specifically? I know that they're all
Well, I
young
think they're
males.
taking working folk, no?
They're taking a lot of apprentices. Any idea who would be taking them?
I wouldn't say anybody in specific, but there's couple of people here that I don't really trust too much. Call it a historical bias. And who are they? You asking me? Roll a persuasion check.
I just want to know if he's talking about gnomes. Where's
Persuasion is 0.
4.
Yeah, join
Four?
the 4 train.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
4chan, 4 train.
My least favorite number.
Well, I'm afraid I don't really know you well enough to start naming names. How do I know you're not part of the whole situation?
Because we've been personally appointed by the Arbiter to conduct this investigation.
You've been personally
Yes.
sent here
We
with the Arbiter
I
to
mean-
investigate me.
No, we was sent
Oh.
to investigate, and we knew that you had.
We got
leads.
given a name. We got given your name.
I don't
In
think
fact.
he trusts the cops.
We're not cops.
You have to tell me if you're a cop legally.
I'm just gonna be straight up, like we have we have the authority of the guard.
Do I look like a cop to you?
No, you look like an idiot, like, you know.
Oh, that's true.
So
That's true.
So mean.
They think it's true, though.
Oh no, I agree. My name's
you
actually
agree.
Dilbert the idiot. So.
Why do you have so many names?
He's also known as Dilbert the headache.
Look,
And the dweeb. You don't.
Deal with the headache.
if
the
you're
tweet.
asking me to give you specific names, can't do that, sorry. What I can give you is, I suppose, an insight into...
Can you say him in code or something? Like, like, is there a reason you can't say the names?
Yeah, well, if you really are cops, and, I mean, some of you look like it, you know.
Oh,
Do
can we
you
like, can we go like outside and you can say them to me or something? Like, like what's the deal?
Yeah, I prefer not to go anywhere with you,
Oh, that's
thanks.
fair.
What I'll say is, the Sinorn skirmish kind of seems like it might be something to keep in mind here, you know. We've had people who are used to the thieving ways and kind of go back to stealing technology from the people who really invent it. And, well, if they're taking workers, might be something to think about.
I kind of think he's biased against me, guys.
I just be like, you will not tell us these names. If we got the arbiter to ask you, would you tell the arbiter the names?
I've already shared my theories with the arbiter, so by all means, go ahead and ask the arbiter.
Did you tell the arbiter the names?
I did.
Oh, cool.
Did you lie to the arbiter?
Why would I lie to the arbiter?
I mean, because we
Have
got
you
told
lied to-
information that you had an apprentice and then you didn't have an apprentice, and
I don't think you were ever told
were we not?
that he had an apprentice.
I said abducted apprentice from jewelers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've got jotted down on my notes.
Was that
Um,
not? Was that the blacksmith actually?
No, well, the blacksmith did have an abducted apprentice.
But
I
it's a
didn't realize
different-
that you were told that information. That was my
Oh,
mistake.
okay. So not actually
No, well, there is
Okay.
an apprentice that was abducted
from the jewelers.
from the jewelers. I didn't realize that you had been told that because, like I said before, it's hard to
Yeah.
remember sometimes. My apologies.
So he is lying to us. We know that he's lying from
Well-
past information. Well, I stand by what I said then to
Alright.
him.
Well, roll a persuasion check then. I'll give you advantage because that was my mistake.
Advantage. Okay. 19.
19, sure. Okay, well, what would you like to say to try and persuade?
Well, we
Griffith.
were given information that you had an apprentice, and like, I don't know, it was the arbiter that told us that, and I kind of trust the arbiter more than I trust you, and I know I give off the persona of an idiot, but I'm not actually that dumb, and I know when someone's trying to bullshit me out of the truth.
Alright. Well, here's the thing. My apprentice, Chansara, she was running some errands for me. Had to go past Page Turner, and then tonics and tinctures. And, well, let's just say that she was running into the competition run by some gnomish folks. And like I said, history tends to repeat itself, and their thieving ways seem to have, perhaps, I think, given them an air of distrust. And it seems like perhaps history is repeating itself again with the Sinorn skirmish. That's all I'll say.
So why did you lie then?
Well, how would you feel these bunch of people that you've never seen before in town come in accusing you of
Are you
lying?
just
Of
We
making
didn't- we
yourself
didn't ac-
seem more suspicious?
We didn't accuse you of anything. We just came in and asked a question, and
Yeah.
then you lied to us.
Alright, well look, am I obligated to tell you anything? I don't see any badges on any of you. I don't see any credibility other than you've told me that the Arbiter tells you something to come here and accost me. How do I know that it's not those folks up in tonics and tinctures that send you down here?
Anyway, I'll just like pause there a bit. Like, you said your apprentice was a she. That doesn't fit the description of the other disappearances at all. They were all male.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like it's motivated by something else.
I mean, I
thought it was like some dude who was like really into little boys, but maybe I'm wrong.
We're not. I mean, we're pretty sure it's. I mean, the disappearances of the female one is completely different. You couldn't really do it. All the other males. I mean, even a young gnomish apprentice was taken. So I'm not sure if it's the gnome specifically, and that's.
Look, I don't get paid to investigate this sort of stuff. I get paid to sell my wares, jewelry, and all that.
You're right.
All I know is that my apprentice, she's missing. She left to go and run some errands around sunset, never came back.
Did your apprentice have anything important on her? Anything that was important to you?
Anything that was important to me, not that I know of. She seemed to just be taking regular shifts for errands. I had to send some things out to some customers. But as far as I know, hasn't got anything other than the regular jewels on her.
Could I get the description of the apprentice, just so in case we spot anything?
Yeah, young goblin, kind of like me. Seemed like a tough individual. Gives you like the height description. Had some scars that kind of ran down here. Was a fighter before in the Sinorn skirmish. Kind of had some more wounds and things to work through. So found dueling kind of a calming thing. So decided to take her on and bring her down here from when we were up near Sprockerot.
Would I know anything about this Sinorn, or is that skirmish? Is that what it's called?
Sure, roll a history check.
Was it before my or after my time, maybe?
It would most likely be after your time.
So I probably wouldn't know anything about
Roll a history check if you like.
Can I assist? Seeing as I asked the question.
I have already rolled.
Can I ask the goblin?
What's the sin on?
My roll.
Well, what was your roll?
15.
15? I'll say with a 15, you know that this was a series of kind of intellectual... it was almost a Cold War in that there wasn't specific wars that actually occurred. There were some sort of sporadic fighting. It was over the span of 5 years, and it concerned the goblins and gnomes of the area of the Mosia Plateau, which is currently where Sprockerot is based. The city itself, Sprockerot, utilizes hydropower, and it's actually established in a canyon. The canyon itself is pressed up against a river, and that is where they get their use of hydropower. But before Sprockerot became predominantly gnomish, there were goblins and goblinoids that were within the vicinity and were working to develop hydropower, and there are kind of two ideological sides to this, where some believe that the gnomes invented it and it's their intellectual property, but the goblins believe that they were the ones who came up with it in the first place, and the gnomes stole the idea and took credit for it, and the advancements that followed utilizing hydropower. Hence why he considered them to be thieves. But that is probably as much as you'd know.
Well, I do share your knowledge.
Probably not right now, but
would it be too
afterwards.
metagamey to speak out of character?
To speak out of character?
Yeah.
What?
About what I think is going on. I won't if
You can, but as long as you don't use it in game, then go ahead.
Then I won't, because I would use it in game if I did it.
Sure. All right. So, anything else I can do for you folks then, or
Gary?
Oh, where was the girl delivering to?
where was she delivering to?
Was it important?
You mean the jewels that were being sent off as part of an errand, or?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I mean, it was just a routine run to Runalorm.
Oh, it's a Randalorm.
Yeah, we have some business folks up there who
So she.
like
Through-
my wares. And
Through the cave system.
Well, I don't think that she went through the cave system. She was sending it with a messenger all the way up there. Generally, they do go through the Crimalt, but as far as I'm aware, path's been blocked for a little while now. So
Well, yeah.
I was your apprentice anywhere near the Western Fields?
I wouldn't have thought so. Generally, with an errand like this, it's only a quick run down to the messenger and then back home. So
Okay. Thank you for your time. I guess we will investigate this further.
no problem. Perhaps you need to talk to those folks up in tonics and tinctures. They were the last ones you saw, I like.
Okay.
Thanks for the lead.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
Alright, you guys. Do you have
Whereabouts is the map on the Discord?
the one day I didn't bring it.
Indeed.
Is it on the?
It's
I
on
think
the
it's. I thought I put it up.
It is.
It
should be in the
be in
campaign
the-
documents.
Campaign documents.
It'll
Holy Chronicles. Ah, here it is. Yes.
Yeah,
There you
that'll
go,
be the
right
one.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. That is all.
No worries.
I was thinking maybe the box of jewels we found may have been related, but we did not come from that way.
No, we were
so
we were further
Mm.
down at that point.
You could try it.
Wait, the box of
Do we
jewels
have-
that were being transported in the.
Yeah, they were the other way,
They're on
weren't
that.
they?
We don't know which way they were going. We know that they were found in the middle of like an
But
open field.
Well, you said he said that they were going to Runalorm, right? Which is in the opposite.
Yeah, that's going up.
Yeah, we were coming up this way.
Yeah, we were coming up from Helior. We're going up, so that those.
Though. But do we still have those gems on us? Who has them?
I believe Abelard.
Abelard
has them.
found them, so Abelard has them.
What jewels? What did I miss?
Oh, you
this?
might not have been here there for this.
It was a random encounter roll that we did that we got on.
Might
Well,
not be
one
a
of
so
our
random
days.
encounter now.
Abelard found some jewels.
Well, do you wanna? Do these gems look familiar at all?
Let's see, and kind of holds his hand out. You can see that it's wrinkled and kind of has long, almost talon-like fingernails. Kind of holds the palm out. It's scarred and obviously a worker's hand. You can see calluses there. Kind of holds it out, waiting for you.
I'll put one of the gems in his hand, I guess.
All right, and kind of flicks down the monocle, squints at it. Waits for a second and then brings it up. Where did you lot get this?
It was on the road coming up from Helior. It was just on crates.
Looks like someone
Coming
had
up
lost
from
their
Helior.
cargo.
Do you know much about gems, you lot?
Not an awful lot.
No.
Alright, well, it seems to me as if one of the marks embossed here on the inside of the gem appears to be mine.
Huh.
These couldn't be the ones that your apprentice was transporting.
Well, I send a lot of gems out with my apprentice, so could have been anyone's guess, really.
Then what were they doing on the road from Helior?
Can't say I know that. Seems a bit curious that you lot front up with my jewels in your hand.
Yes, it's a common thing to do when you steal something, is to take it to the person who made it.
You got me there, you fucking asshole.
The crate was mainly empty when you found it, wasn't it? Like,
It
there's not-
looks pretty empty. It was just the gems in the bottom. I was very confused why someone didn't take the gems. They're pretty valuable.
Kind of passes it back to you. Well, I have no need for it now. It's what we call dirty. So,
What makes you say that?
well, generally in the gem trade, which I'm so fond of, if you send gems like these out, generally you do send them out with jewellery, but if you're sending out straight gems like this, you don't generally get them back. And if you do, it's considered a bad deal. Bad luck. You know, dirty.
I'll take it back then. I'll be like, cool. I guess I'll buy things with it. I just like the idea that I might go to like a tavern, like, can I get change for a ruby? Thanks.
I mean, you could sell them back and get hard cash from him. You don't know.
I mean, he doesn't want them back, apparently.
Good try.
Anyway.
Persuasion is a thing. It's up to you.
Yeah, the taverns have changed. I guess
Are we going to the, what's it called?
the tonics and
Tonics.
Have you lost any shipments in the past? Any recently? Other than those that your apprentice...
Last one was probably about 6-7 months ago. Weren't heading down to Helior though or anything like that. Actually going up to Tumble Rush.
And how long ago was the apprentice run up to run along?
Well, it was supposed to be a shipment 3 weeks ago, about when all this kind of mess was happening at the first time. So
Was your apprentice the first to go missing?
I think we knew that.
no, because it's been going on for 6 weeks, so...
Oh,
yeah, not exactly.
okay.
Was one of the first though. So
Okay.
We mustn't rule out that this disappearance is possibly unrelated to the others.
It could be,
Well-
because it doesn't match the character descriptions as the others.
Are we saying bye, or does anyone else have more questions?
up to you all. Alright, so you leave Greffos then?
We
You guys
thank
were in
him
there
for
for-
his time.
You guys were in there for ages. You learned anything?
You didn't miss anything. He was a bit of a douche.
Oh, okay. Was he racist?
No.
Mean?
Actually, yeah.
No?
Towards gnomes specifically, yeah.
It's kind of like a quiet
He had like a weird history, like feud with them.
It was like a quiet discrimination thing.
Yeah.
He kept calling them thieves.
Is he like an old person?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's an old person thing.
Yeah.
Is Kruger familiar with discrimination from goblins to gnomes?
Probably not. I'm just
I mean, roll a history check for me, please.
okay. I'm just going off just like old people.
Well,
in
you're a halfling, so.
No, halflings and gnomes are
Generalization.
Well,
very
yeah, I know,
different.
but like, don't you live near the place where that?
Both?
No,
happened?
I live in Tuttles.
Oh, okay.
17.
17. I mean, you might have heard of it or at least experienced it in your time, perhaps. There seems to be quite a tension between these two races usually, especially when it comes to technology or trade of wares and things like that. They generally view each other as competition because they tend to make similar things, or at least have specific skills in things that are mostly finicky, or use quite a significant amount of, technology to create. You might have heard about the Cold War of the Sinon skirmish.
Towards
What's
something
it?
like briefly
Yeah.
at school and something like that.
Yeah.
The goblinoids, very creative, very crafty, know how to make really cool things. Gnomes also know how to make cool things, kind of stealing their thunder because they could.
Yeah, see, I mean, you seem to know enough about it. It's
Boring.
basically a lot of that.
Boring history classes, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you share what you know about the... Oh, wait, no, I suppose you just said it then, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did that too. Like, oh yeah, and there was like the whole Cold War.
Yeah.
No, like not a
Well,
Cold War. It
well-
was like a silent war sort of thing. It was called like the Sinon skirmish, and
Not
I really
true.
what I know about it.
Well, in regards to the investigation,
Yeah, what'd you learn?
it kind of seems like some of what he was saying was true, but then, like, good portions of it were shrouded with discrimination and bias against
Wait,
group of people. But
did you learn when his apprentice was taken?
Like 3 weeks ago.
it generally seems like what he was saying about people taking away just apprentices seemed to have some kind of merit, but
So
I don't
it's-
think it has anything to do with the gnomes.
No.
The interesting thing,
so it's
however,
young working men that
Oh,
all have trades.
the interesting thing is, the apprentice was a woman this time. It was different. So, it could be involved, or it could be completely uncorrelated.
Well, that's what makes me think that it might the one linking factor might be the fact that they're all apprentices.
Yeah. So up until last night, there've been 7 total disappearances because it was 6 before we arrived, wasn't it?
And who was the
So
last one? Was what's his name?
The farmhand.
Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace.
The farmhand.
Yeah.
Farmhand.
Yeah. So we know a farmhand, a blacksmith apprentice, and a jeweler apprentice have all gone missing. So,
And judging by
they're all
what he was
young.
saying,
well, no, apprentices are
well,
normally
yeah,
young.
it's apprentices. That's what
But
would
not
have misled.
necessarily, not
But
necessarily.
why did he lie about, or did we just not know whether the apprentice was a boy or a girl when we got told earlier?
I don't think we were told.
I was gonna say,
Um,
I think.
But why would the arbiter have told us that the demographic was mostly boys?
Because
Well,
it is
'cause-
mostly boys.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's a fair call. Touche.
So, but like, so they're covering out all the trades. I wonder. So what?
Yeah, but what's the motive then? I mean, I suppose we need to go talk to these gnomes.
And
Do the
why-
gnomes run tonics and what's it called?
Tinctures, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we should go talk to like all the major like trades around here and see if they've had apprentices stolen.
I've got a bigger question, which is, why do we care what the motive is? Because it's interesting, I'll give you that, and it would probably help us understand it a lot more. But are we
Exactly.
planning to like pardon it if we're like, well, you know,
Well, it typically
starving the market for stock prices?
Well, typically, if you understand the motive, we might be able to get a better understanding of who may be next targeted.
But we
Yes.
know where it. We've got a fairly strong idea of where it is.
But we don't know exactly.
Why
Like,
are-
If
it's
we
in-
know what trades have already been targeted, then we can sort of figure out what's left in the city, and then that we know that they're either gonna target a specific apprentice from a different trade, and then we can go in, back that
Why?
up.
Why are we waiting until they go after another person?
Also, there's a
Because that's probably what we want to catch them in the act, and either bring them to justice or cut
I
their heads
mean,
off. or
also,
Are we looking for like a gotcha?
I mean, also,
We got you, bad
Yeah,
guy.
we're in a bloody like cop TV show.
I wish I first
We're the
point out,
Scooby Gang.
Yeah.
with
Gotta
a
pull the mask off.
Yeah.
with a fiendish individual, they may be in the pocket dimension we cannot access.
But
But if it's a fiend, why would their motive be
To
to
I don't-
steal apprentices? That's
I don't
a
know.
weirdly specific thing for a fiend to want.
That's why I wanted to examine tonight when I talk to Luran.
but why are we waiting a whole nother night for someone to die?
We're not waiting a whole other night. We
Well, they
don't
won't-
know enough
Well, they
information.
probably
Is stuff
won't.
happening while we're sitting
It
here
feels
talking?
wrong.
They probably won't kill tonight because someone just died last night.
Also,
You know what I mean?
It's
well,
spaced
look,
out. It's
he's not wrong. Like,
It's spaced out by at least a couple of days.
look,
isn't it?
we have time. Like,
also, we'll just be wandering around in the field until like.
Isn't
we
there
could,
a
it could
massive
be completely
cave?
fruitless. Yes,
Perhaps
but there's
Criminal.
also a giant rock wall.
Yeah, I feel like we
I
should.
tried getting in there. Trust me, we ain't getting in there.
We don't
just
have to be an army of
cut
one,
to a
even though
montage of us sitting in a field
even though there's
for
8 of
several
us,
days.
we don't have to be an
Wind,
army of one.
rain.
There
Time
is
lapse. We're all just sitting there with blank expressions.
there is lines and lines of people sitting out there waiting for mercenary work from the Arbiter. If we've got a lead, we've got manpower. Should we ask the Arbiter for it? Because this is not a job we're doing on our own dime for our own benefit. We've got
I mean, we're
But
doing this for
We
he-
are getting paid.
They've got a point. That's a good idea.
like we can ask for more help than is just us.
But we don't have
we're an
a
adventuring party where adventurers go out and deal with the threat themselves because we're.
Okay, but there's a
Abelard
lot more
died
logical
yesterday.
ways of solving
yesterday.
issues.
That was
I
because of
think
bad communication on both
saving
your
people
parts.
from dying is a lot more important than our pride.
than being in an
And-
adventuring party.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
that's what adventurers do.
I mean,
Okay.
as much as
well, look, adventurers save people. That's what adventurers do.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
That's a great point to
Regardless
build
of the method.
And do everything.
Even
we
if it
can.
does involve killing other people.
But what if we get the guards
Why are
hurt?
you so
I'll like stick my hand up. I'm like, technically, adventurers just explore things. Heroes save people.
Shut up!
specifically.
No.
But what if we don't want to get more people involved? What if they get hurt, and then it's like our fault because we asked them to help us, and then they die, and then that's not good.
I mean, we can get someone to examine the area, but I feel like they'll be looking at a rock wall
But
that
like,
we've already looked at.
yeah, but
Well,
the-
what if we just
hey, I was this close to getting through, but I swear it was caving in on me.
Oh,
That's
you
why I
know-
jumped out.
Additionally, we now know that there's some sort of opening given we saw bats leaving. I think
you
the
know,
wall
we,
definitely
there
we
was
deserves-
bats?
we could like promote
said
the idea of
this.
excavating the rock wall.
Coming out of the cave?
They already
Yes.
said they
Didn't the Arbiter
I
already
was
say that they were
successful!
planning
I
on
mean,
doing that
it wouldn't
today?
hurt to have extra hands.
The Arbiter already said that they're planning on doing that.
they're on excavating the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, can we expedite that process at all?
Yeah,
They
that's
said
what
it
I'm
would be
saying, that's
starting-
what I'm saying.
They said it will be the day after tomorrow. It will be starting.
We should help them out, speeding things up.
Excavating the wall
I'm very
might
glad you
also
listened.
scare our fiend away.
We might.
That's true.
But
It could be worthwhile.
Isn't that a
could
good
provide
thing?
a new angle.
I reckon we just start following this line of questioning along until it leads us there.
Ooh, but
But
if,
maybe-
That is also
if
true.
what
And who
May
is-
said is right and the bats came out of the cave, then they probably came out of the little tunnel that I made, so we can crawl in through there then.
Could you crawl through that little
Are
tunnel?
you trying to find a need?
But
You
you
almost-
almost died.
Yeah.
That's because I thought it was caving in, but it didn't cave in because you said the bats came out.
I've given you guys a lot of facts. You're just.
Also,
We're
the
just
Arbiter
discussing.
did mention that he suspected that the wall might be somehow magical in nature,
Well, yeah.
which is something we had not considered originally.
Didn't it?
Well, okay,
I mean,
but
it
magical
felt like
in
rock
nature.
to me when I was inside. It didn't really feel that magical.
Magical in nature doesn't mean it is a magical wall because we saw Krugar dig through it, which means it is rocks.
It felt pretty it felt like normal rock when I was digging.
Could be some sort of powerful illusion.
He said that.
That'd be a really powerful illusion. My God.
I
Would be.
mean, this being is powerful enough to kidnap.
And go
7
into
people and remain
possible
completely
pocket
undetected.
dimensions.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's not the hardest.
Where did the pocket
Speaking from
dimensions come from?
experience. Please tell us more.
And additionally, we saw the torch potentially leaving
That's true too.
the cave.
I
But
mean,
if this being can go into pocket dimensions, then a rock wall wouldn't particularly stop them from going in and out of the cave.
If it
Stopping
can.
us though.
They
That
literally-
yeah, but
I,
uh,
So we gotta get.
I mean, I suggest we continue along this line of questioning, and then eventually our investigation will either lead us to a dead end or lead us to the culprit.
Where
Yeah.
exactly are we going next?
We're going.
Tonics and
we're gonna
tinctures.
tonics.
Yes, we're going to follow this trail of the goblin woman and figure out where that happened and why that happened. And
Tonight, can we camp out the cave?
we can. I was intending to go
Oh,
back there anyway. It makes sense. So we should observe the areas that the creature probably is coming from.
I mean, we could just
Okay.
go tell the arbiter to have a patrol there 24/7.
Maybe more people patrolling the bridge since the farmhand
Like,
died.
yeah,
on the bridge.
maybe
we-
just just a perimeter of around the town.
I already suggested
What if
that.
we bring?
Guys, would you like to say something?
First off, the Arbiter said that the rock wall in itself was an arcane creation in order to disguise what might be happening inside of the building. Secondly, Abelard already said to get people to patrol the area more and to keep people inside. And the Arbiter already said that they were going to excavate the area if they could, but it is an arcane creation, so who knows?
Yeah.
I know this.
What
Kruger
if we
doesn't.
round
Kruger
up-
wasn't there for the conversation.
All the
Circle.
apprentices.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah, no, we've already got that base covered. It's just like everyone's staying inside. We can camp by the wall. We're already planning on investigating that further, but we still have all fucking day.
Fucking mess.
I think we can go investigate it now. Is my point.
What's the time?
Do you mean
Like in
right-
game.
Yeah, it's like give me my.
I was like, it's 11:16.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably approaching midday. You guys were here kind of first light, so I'd say maybe 10.
Okay. Yeah, we can.
We have plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we, because I don't want us to be running back and forth between the wall constantly.
I say we go get donuts again.
I say we do that after we capture the fiend.
Yeah.
And lemon slice.
After the fiend, we can all have lovely that.
Okay, that okay.
Yeah.
We promise.
Lives first.
Anyway, I suggest we.
You didn't
I
promise.
suggest we try finish all of the work we have in town and then head to the wall, and that way we are effectively using our time at least.
Oh,
By
that's the
that
s-
time,
that's
the
the s-
excavation would have been either successful or unsuccessful.
Wait, it's
Wait,
not gonna take a
is it-
day.
Yeah, we just
Who
need to
knows how long
ask.
it would take?
Well, the rock wall is 150 feet high and 100 feet wide.
Yeah.
So it might take a day.
A little bit longer than a
That's what I
day.
mean. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it
take
took
longer
me like
than
an
a
hour
day.
to dig
Yeah,
through
but
it.
we get to know the progress of the excavation.
Okay, but
Wait,
they haven't even started it yet. We know that from the arbiter.
You know that from the opera.
Look,
So, what are you guys going to do?
go to the
Tonic's
tonic's place.
Yeah, this is what it's like. As you guys kind of make your way, I will say that you've never been told where tonics and tinctures are. So I'll need somebody to roll an investigation check for me, please.
Wasn't it
You
on like
can
a
roll
second
with,
street from the
Yeah,
main or
didn't the
something?
arbiter tell us when we first arrived in Doubt?
Maybe.
Well, did
I didn't
they?
write
Like I said,
down.
I'll check the notes. Hang on.
I remember
This
it being,
is just like a cursory to find your way back.
yeah. I remember
'cause
it
I
being
think you
slightly
did
off
No.
Main Street.
They did not tell us where.
I will navigate.
Good idea. Thank you.
will wait
Anon.
on-
Navigate.
They just get lost.
My
like a
rolls
week.
today.
Beep,
This is a
boop, boop,
10.
beep, boop, boop.
A 10, I'm going to say it's after maybe like a half an hour of just like wandering up and down these alleyways, you do eventually come upon tonics and tinctures. It's quite a it kind of mimics wildflowers and honey bunches a little bit in the sense that there's a large window at the front that kind of in a looping script of gold kind of spells out tonics and tinctures in kind of a circular pattern. As you guys step in, it's in a kind of an apricot coloured, pastel apricot coloured building. As you step in, there's a bell that chimes pleasantly at you. And you can hear just a second, and then the actual space itself is filled with people. So there's kind of, I'd say, a small line, maybe 4 people or so, that are kind of standing at a counter. There's an older woman who's got kind of ringlet curls that are grey and kind of hanging down
Is it the old
towards.
lady?
She worked on the orchard.
That kind of hangs
Yeah.
just above her shoulders. She's kind of serving this line of people. Along all of the walls, you can see that there are vials of potions and jars of kind of fluids of different viscosity, different colours. There's some that are super bright, some that are clear. They each have a little label at the front. You can see that there are various different kind of stacks. They are in pyramids on kind of barrels. Not that kind of barrel. One thing that you do notice as you walk in is that the space itself appears to reconfigure itself. So the jars appear to be whisked off the walls and kind of stack themselves on barrels and kind of rotate every couple of minutes, probably about every 15 minutes. You guys came at a good time, just seeing a change. You can see that there's a smaller gnomish individual who heads towards you now. Got curly brown hair and kind of almost a mop that's crazy and kind of sticks up in all these different places. Half moon spectacles placed on their face, kind of low. Wearing a fine kind of not silk, but it appears to be some sort of soft material as a red kind of vest over a crisp white linen shirt. Kind of heads towards you now, takes the glasses off, begins to kind of clean them. What can I do for you all?
Yeah, hello. We are just asking some. We just the Abbot has asked us to investigate the disappearances. We just had a few questions about the disappearance of Griffith's apprentice Chansara. Apparently, you guys may have been some of the last people to have seen her.
Yeah, well, that's an awful shame. I mean, she was so nice, and she always came in every single Friday looking for her usual order, and we would set it all up for her and everything, and then, it was a typical typical day for her. She came in, said she was going on an errand, might not be back for a little bit. And yeah,
Do you have
She,
any idea
we never
where's,
saw her.
where's that errand might have been?
you mean where she was taking her crate of stuff? Or?
Yes.
Not as far as I know. We didn't really talk business. She was kind of in and out relatively quickly, kept to herself and all that. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's all
that.
good. You guys wouldn't happen to have any of your apprentices disappearing?
We don't really have any apprentices. Everybody who's kind of working here has always been born into the business. So no apprentices for us recently, but I have heard that there's several that have been missing, which is a real shame because they're all such nice people.
Do you know any apprentices that haven't gone missing yet?
I mean, Down's a pretty big place, so I'm sure there's probably plenty. I did know a couple because everybody kind of frequents this place if they're feeling sick or they need a pick-me-up or something like that, keep them pep in their steps. So, we help them out as much as we can, but no, I didn't really know much of any of the apprentices that have gone missing recently.
Guys, maybe we could use an apprentice as bait.
No. I'd be like, no.
I mean, we use Krugar as bait. I mean,
But
like,
Kruger is a trained combatant. I'm not putting some
we
random
wouldn't
civilian
be
in
too
front of
far
me.
away.
I did do a blacksmithing traineeship back home.
I mean, yes, but
You should parade around and be like, I'm an apprentice. I train under a blacksmith, and maybe they'll
But-
come looking for you.
Well, hey, if you're looking for positions, I know that Osan is had a notice up on the board and all that.
They actually just took on a new apprentice.
Oh,
Wait
sorry,
wait
Mr. Chance.
No, that's okay.
I just realized something. I can't say it because I wasn't in the blacksmith.
But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should go and check on the apprentice just to make sure that they're safe. How far is the blacksmith from?
Probably about 10 minutes.
I'll be right back, guys. Don't leave here. I'll be like 15 minutes, and I run.
Don't die.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
He does that every now and then.
What was the name of Griffith's apprentice again?
Chansara?
Chansara.
Chansara. Right.
Shasara.
Oh no, I can't ask that because wasn't the name of the new apprentice at the blacksmith similar to that?
Sifan.
Same letter.
Same
They must
letter.
be the same person.
Except
yeah.
for Wallace, who
No,
recently
all
disappeared.
all I thought was weird was they said
Gromit's
the
next.
the blacksmith said that the new apprentice wasn't very talkative.
There
Which-
was an injury. They don't speak.
Oh, was it that like the exact reason? Because what if it was something else?
I mean, Krugar didn't ask.
Like what if it's not talkative because it's something sinister?
Interesting idea,
Did
honestly.
they really say injury?
They did say injury,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
that like
Osan did say that they don't talk because of.
but like I don't know that just
I
that
didn't hear that it was.
was
because
a
of
little
injury.
bit sus to me when I just thought about it then. So I don't know.
Well,
I mean, you're more than
Interesting.
welcome to go and ask.
I
whatever you
mean,
like.
Krugar is going to warn the apprentice, so that's what these.
Yeah,
guys
I know. But maybe the new apprentice is the enemy. Was the blacksmith apprentice one of the first ones? Do we know that? That's metagaming. I'm sorry.
Wait, how does the?
I would have told you that they got taken away like
Yeah,
2
yeah.
or 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. My question was dumb, and I'm not going to ask it.
Why?
Dumb questions.
Is it a
Um,
Bethis James cringe moment?
yeah, a little bit.
I kind of
Um,
want to hear it now.
Me too.
Can I ask this quick? Was this Chansara well known in the community?
I mean, we didn't really talk too much. More just like small talk, pleasantries, and stuff like that. But she was pretty well known. A lot of people felt a little bit bad for her. Most people don't like Griffith too much. He's kind of a bit abrasive, maybe you might say. He doesn't seem to like us too much anyway.
No, he does have quite a strong personality.
Yes.
Yeah, not everybody's cup of tea.
All right, so you can't see any reason why anyone would want to cause her any harm.
Apologies, that was my stomach again. I'm a little bit hungry. Well, I mean, why would anybody want to take any of the apprentices? I mean, they're probably good at their craft, at least a little bit. People in town are well known, so maybe they need them for like a technological reason or something.
And that's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Chansara was really gifted at what she did. I know that she wanted to, after she finished her apprenticeship, kind of open up a new place. I don't know exactly where. Maybe, I mean, she did talk about her family being from up near the Monsieur Plateau, but they seem to have relocated to the Kingdom of Acheron, so.
Did Chansara ever speak of Grephoths? Perhaps in a negative light?
In a negative light, I mean, I think mostly it came as sympathy for when Griffiths would have to come into our shop and be a little bit of,
An asshat.
yeah, I didn't want to say it like that. Kind of not really my thing. I feel like it's bad
I don't like
business,
him
but
very much. I'll say it.
well, you wouldn't be the only one. There's plenty of people who don't really like him, but yeah, I mean, mostly it was sympathies. I don't think she ever said anything in particular about not liking him, but didn't really get the sense that she was the biggest fan. So, did you folks say the Arbiter sent you? Are we in some kind of trouble? Or
No,
something,
we're just into it. She's just asked us to investigate the disappearances, so we're just trying to follow up on leads.
Oh, sure.
We're just trying to figure out what's going on. We've got some idea, but it's obviously still
Don't
early
be
on.
alarmed if you get told to stay inside tonight.
Honestly,
Oh,
it's
we've been staying inside. We just live right up above the shop, so
Keep doing that. That's good.
yes. I just don't go out into the fields in the evening.
'Cause for some reason, all the apprentices have been like kind of urged to go into the field at night. It's super weird kind of occurrence.
well, most people in town kind of do gatherings and stuff in the fields, so maybe they were coming back for something like that. People tend to have like
Gathering.
festivals and stuff. It's not like a weird gathering. I don't know why you said it like that, but yeah,
I mean-
it's kind of a tradition that every single Saturday, everybody kind of gets together and
That's adorable.
What day was it yesterday?
I
A
would've said it-
Monday.
I would have said Friday.
Wait, is there a gathering tonight?
Also, I would just like to note, I haven't sent out actual calendar. These are not the day names, but I will send that out at some point. I just realized that I forgot. So we're using Friday and Saturday as a placeholder for
Cool.
now. My
Cool,
apologies,
cool.
everyone.
I ask, is there a gathering tonight planned?
I think so. I mean, most nights people
Don't
have stuff
go.
planned.
No, I mean, I'm not here.
Well, we weren't able to go anyway. We had a shipment come in recently that we gotta
Good.
take
That's good.
hand.
You
of,
guys are super nice, and I don't want any of you to get hurt.
Oh, thank you. You're,
Someone's being nice.
y'all are really nice too.
Look, if what's his name wants to go from the jewelry store, he can go. Just fuck him.
I would suggest maybe not him as well. I just heavily
Well, I
suggest.
probably
people don't go.
wouldn't tell him that to his face. He
Oh, no,
kinda seems like
I would never. Actually, maybe I would, but
Well, let me know how it goes.
I mean, look,
He
I might not
doesn't,
stick around
he doesn't
too
tend
long.
to go to them anyway.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He doesn't. He says it's kind of too loud, and there's too many people that are like too excited about stuff. So
What a loser.
yeah, I
Cranky
mean,
old man syndrome.
Cranky old man.
I mean, I don't know. He just doesn't really seem like the festive type. So maybe I mean, you could suggest it, but yeah, I wouldn't say that he'd probably go.
No, I'd more so just because it might be dangerous. That's the only reason.
Sure.
But yeah, most like this conversation, I mean, can I like investigate their potions and stuff like that, and just from like a medic
Sure.
perspective, just be like looking over them.
Roll an investigation check for me, please, or medicine if you're looking specifically for medical.
Always medical.
Always medical.
Always medical. That's a 9. I rolled like shit.
I rolled my shit.
Are you looking for the quality, or you're looking for?
I'm just casually examining them, like, ooh.
Sure.
That one's green.
from from as far as you can see, this is a very well stocked building. They seem to have all different kinds of kind of salves and balms that somebody might use, as well as potions. So you can see that there are some healing potions that you guys might be familiar with, as well as some other arcane potions that use. There's also a handful of herbs that have been ground into powder and things like that for people to make their own. Yeah, it seems like it's kind of got everything you need all in one place.
Okay.
One thing that you do notice with that, you said a 9?
Yeah.
One thing that you do notice is that the two walls seem to have on one side some that are more medical and kind of more what you'd expect from a place that's selling herbal salves and things like that. And then on the other side, you can see that there's more experimental things. So you can see that there's a, like you said, there's pep in your step as just a potion name. You also see that there are some that appear to be alcohol or some kind of tonics that are, I guess,
Fuck you
prohibited
up?
for. Maybe. I mean,
Is
they're
there Vulcanos in this potion shop?
they're kind of locked behind a glass cabinet. It's not a very big one. It's probably only about that big. And there's kind of different bottles that rotate and shift and kind of
That's
seem
what they
to
take to the festivals.
I'm
not here.
rearrange themselves, and
That's what they take to
they appear to be locked in place. So
Mm.
they're kind of placed behind the counter as well.
While he's doing that, I ask, where does this festival take place? Like, what field?
Well, it kind of rotates. It depends on who's responsible for throwing it, and where the best weather is. Because sometimes we have some weird rain shadow from being so close to the Dawn Veil that kind of makes it a little bit less fun to be in some places during the sorry, my stomach during the season. But yeah, I guess it kind of depends. Guys, I'm so sorry.
That sounded like a dog
guys,
snoring.
hear me out. This is a crazy idea, but
I know. Oh,
what if
I'm
what if
tripping
we
here.
go to this festival in the fields, but set up sentries around, and if someone gets stolen, then we ambush whoever is doing the stealing.
The Fiend doesn't exactly seem to be stealing from groups. Mostly people that are on their own.
Yeah, but from an opposing standpoint, isn't the best place to do stuff like that in groups where that might not even be noticed?
Alternatively, we could just ask the Arbiter to cancel the event.
Well, yeah, that was the other option, but I thought this one
easier.
was cooler.
I mean, the ambush is a great idea and all that. However, it does put lots of people at risk, and also the Fiend seems to only not
The
attack groups
risk.
at all.
The risk.
We could.
No, you're right. Yeah. That was. I have delusions of grandeur.
Delusions of grandeur.
It's like you're just like not going to touch that one.
The guy's just kind of standing there.
All right. Well, I think that's all we need to ask, is it not?
I believe that was all. Thank you for your time.
Sure. Well, it's a pleasure speaking with you folks. You seem really nice. If you ever need anything, y'all come back.
Okay.
Y'all come back now.
We definitely will.
Thank you.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Where are we heading?
I guess we
Oh,
should
wait, I
wait
had
here
something
for
to say.
Kruger to return.
To the Arbiter.
I-
Tell them to cancel the festival.
We know Kruger said he would.
Oh, true.
I told you I was going to the blacksmith.
Well, do we go
Yeah.
to the blacksmith then?
I guess
I
so.
think A9 had something to say first.
Oh, yeah.
I have a theory.
Spit it out. Let us know.
Do it.
Do it now. Do it. Kill him.
Chansara had
Give it to
no
Kill him
business
now.
taking those gems where she did. Perhaps she was trying to take the gems and use the capital to start her own business. Perhaps she was actually stealing those gems. It's the only explanation I can possibly come up with as
Yeah,
to why.
but what does then are the other disappearances just coincidences then? Like where did she go? if she was stealing them, then
And
and
just
she
ran
disappeared,
away?
then that explains one disappearance. But what about the others?
If she was stealing them, why would she leave them?
Well, that too. But how would she have gone in the other direction and then been stolen? Like, how far away was this box of stuff?
It's on the way to Helio.
It was like a week's distance away, wasn't it? That was kind of kind of outside
I
the
think
range
you found
of
it
the.
on your third day.
Third day.
Isn't that kind of outside the range of the disappearances?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Mm.
possibly just unrelated to the others.
It could
Well, that's
just
what
be
I'm
a
saying,
hell of
like-
a coincidence, my guy.
It would be a hell of a coincidence. I mean, it's a good theory. And if that's the case, I wish him all the best. 'Cause fuck the other dude.
All right, should we make our way to the cave?
I
Back
guess
set up
no,
camp?
we're going to the blacksmith.
Oh,
Or
Blacksmith.
are we?
because we can't make Kruger mine.
June?
Plus, you guys go to, because you said there was like a temple here for like Sul.
So there's a small kind of
Yeah.
it's set up in a similar building, though this one doesn't have a multiple stories on top. It's
Cool.
kind of got just a pointed.
Cool. I'll just excuse myself from the party. It's like I'm just going to go into the temple for a bit. Before we leave, I just wish to consult with the gods and all that.
Sure.
And
So we will head to Kruger first
Yeah.
as you go to the
Why is there so much
blacksmith.
running today?
As you head in, kind of looks up. Oh, hey man, what's up?
I just forgot. Where is? What was your apprentice's name again?
Sifan?
Sophia. Where is she?
Right here, dude.
Oh, Sophia. Hey, how are you? You good? You okay? You?
Kind of gives you a wave and a thumbs up.
Oh, right. You don't talk. That's right. Just wanted to say, I want you to be on the lookout. The disappearances, they're all being linked to different like apprentices and tradespeople, and so I think you might be a target. Not necessarily your next, but just in case, be ready.
You kind of look surprised and then holds up a hand, heads back to get something from a small table in the corner, and you can see she's rifling through, and it pulls out aged parchment and begins to scroll on it.
Oh.
And you can see that the note says, "I'm next."
With a question mark?
No, you're not. No.
You're
My
bait.
apologies. I will be clear with punctuation.
No. You're not. Look, you could be. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just saying you fit the demographic. Actually, wait. Do you fit the demographic? How old are you? That's a really weird question. I'm sorry, but are you between the ages of 16 to 25?
Kind of looks at you strangely and then holds up an 18.
Okay, you're definitely a prime candidate. But
And then
you
you
might.
see she's furiously writing something and then flips it back to you. You're not making me feel better.
Just.
Look, if it-
Sorry, I'm not.
Look, if it makes
I got
okay,
excited.
if it makes you feel any better, I promise that I will try my best to make sure that nobody tries to kidnap you. Otherwise, they will get a taste of old this bad boy.
She writes, "Thank you. I hope the others can be found too."
It's adorable.
technically, we have found some of them.
Well, we don't know.
You guys just
We
like-
don't know.
Technically, we've found some of
We've-
them.
We
we
are
found
looking we are
some
looking very
bones.
hard.
Guys,
yeah.
We are looking very hard, and we will get results some way or another.
writes down, "Thank you. Doesn't sound like an easy job. I feel sorry for you."
Don't go out
It's an adorable
during sunset
interaction.
at all, no matter what. Stay inside in the town,
Locked in.
locked in.
Especially not the field.
Never the fields.
She writes, "Okay, should I have someone with me?" And then flips it back to you.
I mean, do you know how to fight?
Writes back, "Yeah, where I come from, everyone knows." And then flips back to you.
Okay. Well, maybe stay. Do you live with parents? I'm guessing, or do you live with relatives, friends?
You watch as she pauses and kind of waits for a second, and then writes, not anymore, but friends.
Your parents are gone?
I'm
sorry,
Flips it back
that's-
and then writes, you could say that.
Oh, I'm
It's back
sorry.
to you.
That's
Writes, not your fault.
no,
This
yeah,
is adorable.
yeah. This is really cute.
Oh no, it's adorable. So you live with friends. Are they all around the same age as you? I'm sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions. We're just trying to, stop the disappearances.
She writes, that's okay if it helps, happy to answer anything. And then underneath that says, no, they're older.
Okay.
And then writes down a series of 3 numbers. So there's 22,
Mhm.
26, and then 25.
Okay. Well, 2 of them fall in the demographic a little, but the 22 and the 25-year-old, do they work in any form of trade as well, like you?
Writes down, no, one is a fisherman and the other is technically a farmer. And then they're back to you. Guys, my stomach, I'm so sorry.
Apprentices
I'm
or
gonna go
like
home and just eat everything.
apprentices, full-time workers?
Writes full time.
Okay. Well, that's reassuring, I guess. But yeah, stay inside, stay safe, please. The less disappearances, the better, obviously.
Sure. Writes down, will do. Thank you so much for telling me. Appreciate it.
Okay. And all right, I gotta get back to the group. Hopefully they're still at the tinctures. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Before you head out, grabs your arm and then writes back, good luck. Then sends you off with like a salute.
I do a salute back and run out.